Okay, lovely ladies, we are discussing overgiving, and we are not okay when we overgive. All right, so we just can't look good, right? Get up looking good, but we're not feeling good emotionally and mentally. So let's continue our discussion. All right, so you are now resenting everybody, right? You are resenting everybody for the way that you wanted to overgive and overhelp. Now, what that does to you, right? Now, how this impacts your self worth. Let's talk about that. You don't even understand that rest is important. So you have trained, again, your nervous system, you have trained your brain to think that rest is uncomfortable. You literally get comfortable with sitting down and relaxing, right? So when you are sitting down and relaxing and you're not giving, you're not making phone calls, you're not attending to people's needs, you think you're not doing anything. You literally feel guilty for resting. Another thing that you have taught yourself is that boundaries are selfish, right? You literally think that having limits to what you can and cannot do is selfish. So if someone asks you, hey, I can't pay my rent this month, can you help me? What limit or what boundary have you set for yourself to say, you know what, I cannot help you because I have this and this, or simply, I cannot help you this month, and leave it alone. See, you feel you have to have an explanation every time you say no. Sometimes no is a period at the end, and that completes the sentence. Okay, so I know that some of us just can't say no. We have to explain why we are saying no. But if you had boundaries, the person would already understand that your no means no. So you cannot feel guilty for having boundaries or setting limits. With that being said, you have created a long list of unhealthy relationships, whether it's platonic or whether it's through intimate relations with a partner. Everything is off balance. You are the giver, they are the receiver, and he or she is not reciprocating. Okay, so it is imbalance, and you are the person doing 90% of the work in the relationship. So now your relationships are impacted. It doesn't have to be sexual. Your platonic relationships are imbalanced. Your work relationships are imbalanced. Your places of worship, those relationships are imbalanced. Okay, so we have come to the part to what does healthy giving look like? All right. As I said before, you have to set your limits, right? No means no with a period at the end of the sentence with no explanation, all right? So I know that is hard for some people. So if you already have your limits and you have already set your boundaries, like I know I can help, but I have limits to what I will and will not do. Sometimes when you can help and you are able to help and you get in the way of someone learning a life lesson, you now have replaced their savior with you. Okay, it's called a savior complex. And many of us, including myself, feel that we have to help to save someone. That is nobody's job but the Messiah. Okay, some of you know him as Jesus Christ. I know him as Yeshua HaMashiach, the Mashiach, the Messiah. You cannot become somebody's savior. You are in the way of people learning their life lessons. All right, so you have to learn how to have healthy relationships that's reciprocal. When you give, all right, I know we're not looking all the time for things to come back, but they should be giving as well inside of the relationship. All right. So you're setting your boundaries. You know, sometimes, like me, I do not help people financially all the time, right? 10% of the time, I may help people financially, all right? But they need to learn life lessons. So if you come to me with a problem, I'm 9 times out of 10 going to help you to understand the mistake that you made, right? And give you wisdom on how to get out of it and not to make that same mistake, but to always be on the phone, talking, giving, sharing. I have to put a limit, and people know, right? People begin to know my boundaries, all right? So I can still help, but I have set a personal limit. What is your boundaries? What is your personal limit? Are you inside of relationships, both sexual, all right, and platonic, where you're both giving and receiving? I hope that bit of information has helped you, and we're going to continue to chit chat about how we're going to get ourselves together, right? And not just the outside, but emotionally and mentally. So follow me to chit chat some more about our emotional and mental well being.